So, before we get into this episode, because a lot of this actually just comes down to me explaining how I kind of put the story together, basically explaining, um, in general, what it's trying to tell. I actually wanted to give a review on this episode before I kind of get into it, and my god, do I love this episode. Not only does it kind of talk about such a complex story in such a fun, goofy way, but it's so well animated, and it's so nice to see all these like little post-split friends again. I miss them so much, man. I genuinely miss these guys so much, more than I thought I did. It was so nice to see Loser and Woody and Flower Gelatin again, and Lollipop, and even characters like Spongy. It's been a while. You see them in like some of them in BFDIA, but you don't really get to see them in the Pillory Ruins again, and you realize how much you missed that. And it's so nice. It's such a complex story, but yes, I feel like they should have explained it a little bit more, and I will explain the entire episode to you soon. But I honestly feel that once you kind of get that, and you get that kind of, you get what they're trying to tell you, and you get like the story, it's like, holy shit, this is really well done. And it is really well done. The animation is so pretty, the filter, the characters is really kind of nice. It's so well put together that I'm like, damn, my god, you just made this, didn't you? And then you're gonna like have the balls to be like, hey guys, here's episode 19 as well, because yeah, literally just, we're just gonna make one of the best episodes so far and then give you another one on top of another show. God, I've seen so many complaints about this, like this series. I'm like, where the hell are you complaining from? My god, this is like quality content. I'm getting it more and more and more. Like, what do you want? I don't know. Um, it's a really good episode. Really funny, really well written. It's just in general nice to see my friends again that I haven't seen in a long time. And then we get another Teapot episode soon as well, and another BFDIA episode. It's insane. It's we're doing so well, and I'm so proud of these creators. They've really made something fun. It's nice to see them just having fun with it, because this episode is just, it's just goofy fun, and it's also really well choreographed and written, where things will, it'll be in each other's memories, and things they alter will also kind of show up in other people's memories, and it's very choreographed very well, and it's a very, very, very good episode. So go check out this. There'll be a link in the description. Also just really well animated and pretty. It's good. Just go check it out. Okay, fuck you. Okay, you know what? Get out of my sight. Also, wait. Before I go, I'll be at the New York meetup. On the date. I don't know what it is because it's the 16th. I'll be on the New York. I'll be at the New York meetup. In New York, the Inanimate Sandy BFDI meetup. If you see me, come say hi. Go do it. Come say hi to me. Also, I have a VIP pass, so I'll be meeting Jack and Jellerfeed. There'll be a video about that very soon. So, this is kind of just a little, I'm trying to make sense of this episode for myself, and I also feel like it is really well written, but I didn't really understand it the first time I went through it. So, hopefully we can work through this together, and I can explain to you what the writing of this episode is, because for such a complex, I'm surprised they went for such a confusing, complex story to show an audience, especially an audience at VidCon that's never seen the show before. So it almost feels like a bunch of kind of slapstick all kind of put together. But there is a coherent story here, but they don't really explain it very well, so I'm trying my best to do that. And it's really difficult. So what I can kind of guess from this is that, okay, so they're all in each other's memories
What's going on?
through the machine. We all know that
Are
much.
you okay?
So anyone that's the real Bubble or the real character is the gradient version, and anyone that is the memory um is like the normal asset version. So that's like a past version of them. But it isn't time travel where they'll remember their memories being altered. It's almost like a no consequence free interactable mind version of yourself in your memory. So they can talk to themselves, but also the rule is they can't kill themselves and they can't kill each other. But they can interact with each other perfectly fine. But it can't alter the memory, so they can create alternate memories by messing with each other, which happens later on. So it's a little all over the place, but that's kind of what I'm getting from it. So in this scene, Bubble is in Bubble's mind, chasing down herself to try to remember where the card is. Like that. They wake up again in real life, and the real match takes the real Ruby away, and then it cuts back to what's going on screen. Where Woody is in a spongy memory. So that's like a fake spongy, but Woody's really in there. The real Woody's in there. And then Loser and Blocky are in Lolly's kind of memory. So that's not the real Lolly. That's a memory Lolly that can be altered and talked to, but not killed. So basically, Blocky goes after this fake lollipop, and Loser stops him for some reason. His machine is ruined. This machine isn't explained. They don't explain what this machine can do. They just have the machine. So what I can assume is that the machine can move from character's memory to memory. Because they just pick it up like it's a phone. Like they've already been established what this thing is. But they never establish what this thing is. They just kind of pick it up and answer the phone, and then the buttons are kind of all over the place. So fly, rewind, divert, up, yoil, 3D. A lot of it doesn't really make much sense, but what you can kind of pick in your head is that this is a machine that 4 had given them, but not said that he gave them in this introductory speech, which is weird that they didn't bring it up, but they all know how to use it, and it's pretty much this thing that tells them how to move from one memory to another or move back in time for some reason, so they can alter memories beyond just looking for the card. So this altercation happens, and then because the machine's broken, 4, I assume, pulls Loser away from it. So Loser is pulled away, and is taken into almost 4's memory. So Loser's taken into 4's memory. Let me just make sure this is all. Yeah, this is all good. So he's taken into 4's memory, and Blocky continues on. Later on, we find Flower's memory, where this like little thing here was going to originally work because they have a food chain together. So this meeting works, and they get the investors on. But because Lollipop is in Flower's memory, he basically, or she comes up and she flips over the board and alters what happened, and that creates a new memory of what would happen if Lollipop and Gelatin business failed. So we see Lollipop going through Flower's memory and basically ruining what happened because Flower and Gelatin were never really arrested. Then we cut to Loser's memory, which is way before the card, and this is, I'm assuming, just after and Winner split up. So this is when Loser stopped being popular. Um, and this is Spongy in Loser's mind seeing it, but this Loser can still be altered just like all the other memories. But this is what happened. Loser was kind of ignored off stage and the place caught on fire, like Five Nights at Freddy's style, you know. We cut back to Bubble in her own memories, and this is where Ruby sells the van to Yellowface. So she's like, oh well, she must already have the money, why would she take the credit card? And she leaves and goes to the past, but too far. And then she cuts to here, which is what everyone kind of wanted to see, which is like Match and Bubble and Ruby all together, um, and how their reunion went. The rest is straightforward here, where uh, Woody starts altering the memory too far, because it's kind of roughly shown on this graph. I didn't really understand what they were trying to portray here, but what they are is that he thinks that Spongy took the card, and because he eats everything and puts it inside him, he thought he put the card inside him too. So Woody thinks that maybe he has to be inside Spongy to find the card, but he just gets ejected out and he goes flying into a pit. This is where this didn't happen. This is all just Woody accidentally altering Spongy's memory of what happened. But the thing is, Spongy won't wake up and believe this is what happened. Spongy will just believe what his original memory believed. So, because while the rest of them are in there and they alter each other's memories, they're aware that memory has been altered and they are aware that this isn't what happened. So it's not like a time travel thing where if you change something in the past, it'll affect the future. You can change stuff in the past and it means nothing. So this is just what Spongy would have done if this were to happen. Really confusing, but stick with me. We cut back to Flower's altered memory entirely, where Lollipop screws everything up because Lollipop's just a wonderful character. I love Lollipop. It's sounded really sarcastic. Lollipop's great. We cut to Lollipop's memory, where she really does go to the store, and Blocky can't function a door and breaks his leg. Typical, like, oh my god, can't even work a door. Um, we go through a montage of him trying to steal this card from Lollipop in the real Lollipop in her memories. The real Lollipop in her memories knows she's or not the real Lollipop, the fake Lollipop, sorry. Um, or not the fake Lollipop, the kind of memory Lollipop knows that the real Blocky is following. Right, let me repeat this part. I do apologize. I think I got a wee bit wrong. So the the memory Lollipop really does go to the store, and this is what we know is true, and the fictional or the yeah, so the, right, the dream, the this isn't the present Lollipop. This is the memory Lollipop. So the memory Lollipop goes to the store. This is true. The present real Blocky follows her and tries to rob her, and successfully does, but steals like a fraudulent card, and it's like a backup card. So Lollipop still has the card on her, and yet to lose it in her memory. We skip to here, where we watch this reunion happen as it really did happen, um, where Bubble and Ruby kind of reunite, and it's a lot more.
This is where we live now, Machi.
It's a lot more uh friendly than I expected it to be, but that's fine. Um, and this is really what happened. This is the reunion that happened. In their This is really this is the memory as it played out. This is how it canonically happened. This is the memory. So Bubble watches this and realizes that her not speaking up enough is what caused all this, so it's her fault. We cut back. We cut to Taco in Blocky's memory now, where she was getting killed by the fish. This is all stuff that I guess canonically happened. Wait, so now this confuses me a little bit because if we're going on the idea that these memories didn't really alter each other, or in a sense of it didn't change the past, why would Blocky still be trying to? Why would the memory of Blocky be trying to steal Lollipop's card.
So you did steal the card.
No, not yet.
So not yet. So he did try.
Ugh, what a klutz.
So I don't understand if Blocky, from his memory of trying to steal the card, turned into what Blocky really did, or Blocky was always trying to steal the card and now it's a memory of him trying to steal the card and the present him trying to steal the card. So he's always been trying to steal the card, is what I'm assuming is going on here. This episode is a really weirdly kind of weird decision to make for a VidCon kind of thing, because even a viewer like me that knows the lore is struggling to keep up. So it's not bad, don't get me wrong, it's really good. I don't really understand a lot of what's going on with it. So Blocky fails. So this is the memory Blocky. This isn't the present Blocky. So we know from the past now that Blocky was also trying to steal this card, and I guess failed. And then we cut from that to present Blocky still trying to steal from Lollipop. So it seems like everything is trying to steal from Lollipop, present and past. In Blocky's case, at least. Blocky finds the card under the sofa, and he's like, whoa, let's go. So we officially know from that moment on, the card in real life is under the sofa. We cut to the altered memory of Spongy and Woody being stuck under there, I guess, and then this all didn't happen. It's all just like, I don't know. I don't really understand this part because this, right. So bugs come out from the sand and Spongy's like, I don't even want to look at you, because Woody needs to calm down, and the thing starts squishing the bugs. So Woody's like in peril, and he's like, okay, I need to calm down here. Something bad's really happening. I need to relax. So he tries to calm down, but then the bugs, I don't know if this is an animation error or that maybe the bugs are just not there because he's calm or something. But then the bugs are there, and then the bugs aren't there, and then the sand gets absorbed. I don't really understand what happened here. But I assume it's like that was an animation error and I should just assume the bugs were always there and I shouldn't question it. So Blocky is slowly realizing that Taco knows how to live her life, and that's reading books and just relaxing and sleeping, which is pretty much my life too. So I respect that. So this is, so what is this, right? So this is Taco in Blocky's memories. So this is the present Taco talking to the memory Blocky. So in the middle of all this, Taco's like, I'm just gonna read a book. So the past Blocky's like,
Did she fall for the trap?
Nah.
oh, so he's just waking up from being knocked out.
Well then, I guess I'll have to try again. Books are for nerds.
I'm pretty sure she went to the mall, which is that way.
Okay. So this is still, okay, that makes sense. So she was just waiting for the dream version of Blocky to wake up. The montage continues. Okay, so this is even more confusing because now I don't know if these memories are really kind of, they aren't affecting the real life past, but they're affecting the memories of what the memory said. So this isn't really what happened. In real life, Lollipop just went to the store, but in the memory version, Blocky tried to find Lollipop. And now that that memory has kind of been altered in Blocky's mind, Lollipop's in Blocky's mind, viewing Blocky in Lollipop's memory trying to steal trying to steal the card. Does that make sense to you? It makes sense, right? It makes sense. It's just really complicated. We're working on almost time travel shit. So, in real life, Lollipop just went to the shop. But in Lollipop's memory, Blocky tried to rob her. So in now that we're in Blocky's memory as Taco, Taco's seeing him the alternate memory that Blocky remembers because Blocky only knows the time where he was there, so he only remembers him trying to steal from her. So we're no longer in we're almost in just Blocky's memory now. They also use this song a lot. I also can't mute because there you go. The hotkeys on YouTube just don't work sometimes. They just don't work sometimes. It's fine. We're back in Flowers universe, and I don't know, like Lollipops just like killed everyone. So Flower and Gelatin's, I guess they. I don't know what happened here actually. It was okay. Hold on.
Well, that could have gone a lot worse.
We're ruined.
Okay, so Lollipop tried to show what to do for a business, which isn't real. None of this happened. This is Lollipop altering Flower's memories. Also keep in mind that anything that happens in this won't be canonical, and none of them they'll know at the end of it that their memories have just been altered and they know what the original path was. So Flower will always know her business actually really worked with Gelatin, but she'll also remember maybe that Lollipop kind of messed with her in this moment. And I'll explain that later on, which is really confusing, but it's pretty much just, yeah, Lollipop burns everyone and everyone dies. Just a fun time of Lollipop being her sassy self, of just killing people. Also, at least we now know that Flower's petals are three-dimensional, and this little oval thing comes out. I remember someone was trying to work on that on Twitter, being like, what would Flower look like from a side pose? Well, I guess now we know.
The event was
I guess Ice Cube was really right. She is ugly. God. Make sure this is still okay. Yeah, okay. We're all good. I just want to make sure you guys can hear it. So, yeah, okay, we get it. So at the moment we're witnessing what would have happened if Lollipop were to really just ruin her friend's business. And it's kind of weird. I guess it's all very much in character still. And it's almost kind of seeing an alternate thing of Gelatin and Lollipop stopping being friends as well. But none of this happened, and it is not canonical, and it's fine. Because it's just an altered memory that has no implication on the real memory. So just keep in mind this is Flower's mind trying to work around Lollipop just rooting the memory. Anyway, so we cut back to Blocky's memory. Taco's still following him.
You're not even going to try anymore? I feel like I got totally cheated here. I mean, you obviously didn't steal the card. I'm just stuck here now with no chance of winning.
I'm here at the site of Flower and
Yeah, so this is kind of the depressing side of, like, Lollipop just watches Flower and Gelatin's, like, career crumble because, yeah, she kind of did this. And it's a very... Lollipop's more sadistic than I thought she was. She's very much like Jax from Digital Circus, where she just kind of lets horrible things happen. I expected her to care a lot more, especially for Gelatin's sake, but I can still see her this being in character for Lollipop. So she watches this altered memory of what would happen if she ruined their business. This isn't canonical, by the way. This didn't happen. Gelatin and Flower's business thrived, and Lollipop is like completely fine with them. This is just testing things.
isn't real. Ah well, I guess I'll start looking somewhere.
So
Aha!
At least this isn't real. Ah well, I guess I'll start looking somewhere else.
I feel like the reason she doesn't feel too much empathy is because she just knows it isn't real. Like, she's almost just playing on like an alternate save. So they both appear
Whose
in...
memory is this? Oh my gordita lollipop, you guys lived in that!
Hold on. Let me kind of...
Beds!
This is so tacky.
Cool. I mean tacky. Yeah, tacky.
So whose memory are we in? Blocky's.
Oh, I think I know who bought all this.
Wait, no, so we're in Lollipop's memory. What? I thought we were in Blocky's memory. Wait. So this is present Blocky, and this is the present characters in Lollipop's head. So in Lollipop's memory, Blocky must have stole the card, but he didn't then? Wait, how did he... This is going so smoothly. What do you mean? How is he rich? So...
She lost it under the couch cushions.
Oh wait, so he does have it, right? That makes sense. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, never mind. So the real Blocky knows where it is now, and we have finalized that this is the real card, and in real life it's under the couch. So whenever we're following that, we're following... Okay, so Blocky finds it. That makes sense. That makes sense. It all still coherent. So we're in Lollipop's memory, and this is a complete altered reality where basically even Lollipop doesn't really know, because this is... It does... I don't know.
Oh, I think I know who bought all this.
Okay, that makes sense. So the fictional, or no, the real, like, present Blocky that stole the real card is spending all of the fictional money inside Lollipop's memory. So again, Lollipop, the real present Lollipop knows this is an alternate memory. So Lollipop knows from her expression that Blocky didn't just become this rich, and this wasn't the place that they stayed in the challenge or in the contest. So clearly, all these alternate memories don't actually affect the characters. They know their memories being altered. They're grounded in the reality and what they knew really happened. So they know that it's almost like they're disconnected from their past selves. So Gelatin and Flower will never know Lollipop, like, basically ruined them in this other reality. So it's basically just an alternate version of themselves that share that memory. That's why Lollipop knows, or doesn't know, that Blocky basically spent all of her money. So basically the kind of long and short of what they're trying to go for is that these are memories that aren't connected to them, that can be completely altered, but the original timeline and the original character from the present will never be affected by this and will always know the canonical truth. I think is kind of what they're going for. This was really... It should have been explained a little better at the beginning, and the machine should have been introduced at the beginning, because it's just a very confusing story to show a live audience. It is a great episode, don't get me wrong, it's really good. It needs to kind of be toned down in how confusing it is. Maybe it isn't confusing and I'm just an idiot, but I just find this very confusing. I didn't really understand. I love the episode though. My god, is it creative. And it's just really cool to see the characters again. I really miss these bunch of assholes. I love them. I miss them. And I felt like, damn, I need to explain this for myself, and maybe it might make an interesting video. So that's kind of the canonical thing of the episode. If you can go with that and you understand the rules of... Okay, the simplistic rules of this show, or this memory altering thing, is there's no memory altering. They're going into their own minds with a disconnected memory of themselves that can be altered, but the present characters' memories will never be altered, and they'll always know the difference between canonical events and what other characters have done to ruin that memory. Their memory versions of themselves will also never remember what other characters did to them, so Lollipop will never remember that she caused, like, an army of herself in the past. Well, the other Lollipops. It's really hard to explain. Pretty much, the present characters will always know what's canonical and what actually happened, and they'll also know what was just what they did in a sense of like I think I explained it right the first time. I think you get what I'm trying to say, because these like realistic character or these uh these memories like Taco there aren't really, they're almost like a disconnected like version of Taco of they'll go on the same track of what she did, but they can be altered. It's really confusing,
Oh, what's wrong?
but that's
You!
kind of
You
just
are wrong!
How do you live such a boring life? All you do is read, then meditate, then sleep, then read some more.
Do you hate fun, Taco? Do you hate fun?
First of all, rude. Second of all, if you guys want something exciting, I've got just the thing for you.
okay. So this is something I want to talk about as well. I don't think there's anything else I want to talk about. They kind of forge. They're like, okay, who's gonna get the card here? Because now we all know in real life where it is. So where are we gonna? Who's whenever we wake up, who's gonna get the card? So they're like, well, I mean, these memories aren't going to really alter our perception of what happened, and we're not going to like form grudges against what we did to each other's alternate selves because it means nothing and we aren't aware of it. So why don't we just grab a shit ton of our past quote unquote selves and just do an army and fight to the death or something? It's just kind of funny. I like it. It makes sense. Um, it's a cool episode. It's a pretty cool episode in that sense. So yeah, that's pretty much the best description I can give of this kind of very not explained well story. It could have it would have been really good if they explained it a wee bit more in the introductory and explained everything I just did, but they didn't, and I'm surprised they didn't, especially for a I don't know for an episode that's gonna be shown in front of everyone. Um so here's something that also kind of confused me. So the best way I can describe this is because this isn't an altered memory. Because this is an altered memory. So this is the present bubble almost pushing her past self aside so she can live up to this expectation of like, oh well, I need to be friends with these guys and explain myself and be open with how I'm feeling, or I'm gonna make Match feel bad again like she did all those years of us being apart because I didn't notice it at first. So this isn't what happened. They didn't go swinging. Bubble's actually still pretty upset with Match. Um, and is even whenever they're reunited, Bubble's still kind of upset with it. So the you can tell that maybe the relationship didn't start as swimmingly as just kind of forgiving each other again. Um, so the real Bubble, the present Bubble, wanted to change that. So she went back and she basically pushed her past self away and was like, okay, I really gotta be friends with these guys so Match doesn't feel guilty. So this is the present Bubble shoving the past Bubble, which is actually kind of hurt and doesn't feel discontent towards Match away, so she can force her ideals on her own kind of memories. You can see that kind of happening here. Really confusing. Really confusing. So that's why whenever they get back and they kill Bubble, the past Bubble is like, yay. I can actually be honest. Um, so everyone, the present version of themselves is all together again. Um, then they start this big battle. And then Profiley starts unplugging them, which ends up just killing them because they can't be pulled out without just dying, I guess. Um, I don't really understand that either, but that's just kind of the game rules, I suppose. Um, again, should have probably been explained. Uh, but yeah, this fight scene continues. We have a really cool reference to. This is a really cool scene, by the way. I won't spoil too much because I really feel like you should go watch it because it's really fucking cool. Like the animation's so pretty and it's just really well choreographed. Also a nice Nanime and Sandy reference. Um, with Taco and the thing, but yeah, we basically just it's a little confusing like that. That's basically what you just need to know about this episode. Is it's really confusing, but really once you watch it and you kind of get it, then you're like, ah, this is great. You need to watch it more than once. But yeah, at the end of the day, someone showed up at the couch first and stole it while they were asleep, and it wasn't there anymore. So there was a hole for nothing. It was Match that actually took it. So Match now has just a lot of money and is friends with Ruby again, and they're doing their own little thing. So that's pretty much that. Um, they wasted so much time trying to remember that Match took it, and that's kind of the moral of the story. So now we get to see, yeah, so yeah, it's actually shown there perfectly. Losers in Four's memory. So Losers now seeing from Four's perspective what was going on with Winner, and Four almost kind of shows him a bit of mercy by being able to see what Winner's been up to, and that starts him going on a journey to go and see Winner. Very cool. And that's the episode. We also have this really interesting thing that shows that let me see. Yeah, so this is Profiley plugs himself in, and Lollipop gets to go into Profiley's memory, where he gets to see him taking off with Teardrop to go join TPOT. But the reason Blooney wasn't in this episode at all was because she was taken by announcer. So that explains what's going on there. So we have no idea what's happening with good old announcer and Blooney. We don't know where he is.
Huh. Not this again.
And then Taco's like, oh, we can just bring them back. Oh, so it's really funny that Taco has to like call up someone whenever they see a dead body now and go, ah, Four. Can you come round and cover my dead friends? Yeah, that's why I just wanted to talk about it, because I want to talk about it for myself, because I didn't understand any of it the first time. But incredible episode. Absolutely incredible episode. Sick episode also. It's so cool, man. It's so cool. I can't wait to meet these guys. I'm actually going to go and meet them. I'm going to meet Jack and Jellerfeet at New York Comic Con. New York Comic Con. Yeah, that's what I was meant to say. No, New York Meetup. So if you guys are going to the New York Meetup, Inanimate Insanity and BFDI Meetup, and you see me, please come say hello. I would love to be able to meet you guys and say hello. But yeah, I'll be there, and I have a VIP pass, so I'll also be like meeting Jack and Jellerfeet and Animation Epic, and I think my plan is gonna be like, hey guys, so I've been watching you guys for a while. Have you heard of the PAX? I have like a little PAX poster I want to show them, and then I have so many questions to ask them, and I'll probably record a little video with them too. So there'll be a video up about me meeting them, but that's gonna be a lot of fun. It's thanks to my wonderful friend Silver Wings Dragon. They make really cool kind of rabbits fan fictions and stuff, and they make BFDI fan fictions too. You should go check them out. I'll put the link in the description, because they're just really cool people and really cool person, really cool people. Their family's cool. I like them. They're cool. They're actually letting me have a place to stay while I'm over in America, which is very gracious of them. They didn't have to do that at all, but they're all very loving people, and I love them very dearly. So you should go and check them out in the description and show them love and support. Anyway, yeah, I hope this video made sense. God, this was confusing. Bye bye.